Yo, what's up, Nicola? Welcome to the stream. Hey, overkill. That's funny. I was just fucking around, but nice.
to Malik's rap songs. I'm screaming. Because we call the police. Yeah, gangsters call the cops, baby. Gangsters, real gangsters, love to call the popo. The police, will you come save us? We're getting cooked over here at the Dollar Booth. Bunch of dorksmiths. Gang, we call the police. They love the cops. Should we desecrate the Quran by forcing it to listen to Malik's rap songs? I'm screenshotting that, but will be one of... We will add that to our top 100 ways to desecrate the Quran, forcing it to listen to one of Malik's awful rap songs. Actually, I'm going to dress up as Dr. Malik for a little skit at the Demolition Ranch later this week, and I'm going to try to resuscitate one of the Qurans after things are done to it. What things? Things, ladies and gentlemen. Things will be done to endless piles of Qurans. I have boxes of them. Of course, Malik and all his gangsters can stop me beforehand. You know my address. Bust a grape in a food fight. What are you gonna do? Call the cops on me? We're gonna show up and say something mean, and then when you say something bad, we call the cops on you because we're gangsters. He's only like a gangster on TikTok. He's a TikTok gangster where like there's a bunch of 12 and 13-year-olds who don't know any better, and they're like, gangster. Bunch of idiots. Why do you not consider time travel a serious issue? We're not talking about time travel right now. Wait. No, I think it's serious because you're like, time travel, I regard it as impossible. I regard it as... And Candace Owens saying, I think Charlie Kirk was a time traveler based on this message he told me. I would not do that. According to which the idea of time travel is considered impossible or implausible to achieve.
Yeah, it is.
It's a sci-fi issue. One of those, some that I remember, some that have to do with
It's because
causing something to your
the butterfly.
parents.
Well, yeah, a butterfly effect is one of the things that can be caused by going back in time, if we could ever, whatever. But another thing would be basically we wouldn't be able to ever go back in time because we can't get through time. You know, time's a continuous line. We can't really persuade it. Now, I mean, we can, but we can't. We can with gravity, if I'm correct, and stuff. Like, different planetational poles have different speeds of time. But with that being said, we can't reverse time. But theoretically, I don't know how, but theoretically, there may be some way to bend time so much that you could re-loop it around itself at that previous moment where you started bending it. So theoretically, if we create a time machine, it may be able to go back in time, but only back to the past where you created the said time machine, if that makes sense.
There is another paradox, which is that if time travel exists, then there would be a time at which time travel would have been developed to such an extent that there would be people traveling back in time. And for
traveling.
Could,
that's true too. Where you could go back in time, not like go back to when time travel was created, but if you can go back in time itself, then theoretically, yeah, you would just keep traveling back in time and helping people before you or the previous people will become smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter until your time travel is literally caveman technology in the future where you're from. Again, the butterfly effect, but yeah, so it's another thing that, or another reason why it wouldn't, I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't work, but it's another reason as to why it probably doesn't work, because if we could ever fucking time travel, then we could be messing Shard up a lot.
You time travel in such a way that you can only visit the past or something without actually doing anything to it. But I don't know, all of it just seems like fantasy. Yeah, it is. You said yesterday logic is the future. Malik wishes logic was his future. Watch him make a rap video called Yearning. Yeah, he will. But we can see the yearning, basically, in everything he posts. Demonic possession is out, time travel is in. Yeah, that's how it is. If Mossad Malik somehow hung out with gangsters, he would not be able to snitch for long. No, he would not. In fact, if they heard him say anything that he says regularly, he would not last. So where can he be? Where is he free to be a gangster on TikTok in front of a bunch of 12 and 13-year-olds who are stupid? All right, let's go ahead and check out some of this video. Let's see what we got here.
Okay, so now we can finally.
Oh, hang on. This is at the end. This is at the end. Let's go all the way back to the beginning where he shows up, says basically why he's there. All right, let's see what we got here.
Yeah, we out here looking for Shaky's mom. We came out here to San Diego. We came out here to Balboa Park. Does anybody remember these mods saying that they ain't going nowhere?
I do. Yeah.
That the dog's not going to stop. They're always going to be here in Balboa. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
And Shaky's mom said, we're not going nowhere, right? How much? It's been like probably. He hasn't been here since 2023 of July.
Still running. Still running.
That's the last time he was here.
Yeah, it's basically once people like Avery started showing up and so on, he had to kind of be playing Dawa musical chairs, right? He has to constantly run around because he doesn't want to engage with anyone who has any clue what he's talking about. And so you go from place to place and you catch ignorant people. And that's the only people. Matter of fact, we see that in this video. I'm not sure we'll be watching the sections and so on, but when he starts having a discussion at Sheikh Uthman's Dawa, we don't want to talk to you. We don't want to talk. We don't want to talk. No. And Avery's like, we got 4,500 people watching, man. This is a perfect time. This is a perfect time to share with the world. You got Dawa to all these people right now. No. We don't want to talk. We don't want to talk. But they love talking to someone who walks up and has no clue what he's talking about. They love posting clips like that. Bunch of cowards. If it's a knowledgeable Christian and a knowledgeable Muslim, they don't want to do it. But notice, Christians do. Christians want that. Christians want knowledgeable Christian versus knowledgeable Muslim. Muslims, they want knowledgeable Muslim or pretends to be knowledgeable Muslim and completely ignorant person. So they can make their downloads. Pretty sad. Here's Avery.
But all this fake challenges and coming to the streams and yada, you dodged our PPD podcast. You dodged your own invitation to fly us out.
Yep, so the PBD podcast, guys, after Sam Shamoon was on there, after Sam Shamoon was on the PBD podcast, Eddie Dean from the Dean Show, Muslim, contacts PBD and says, hey, why don't you get Sheikh Uthman on there? Get Sheikh Uthman on there. Get him on your show. So PBD said, hey, I'll tell you what. You, Eddie Dean, you're a Muslim double guy, and Sheikh Uthman, and it'll be Sam and Avery. So 212 on a huge platform. That would have gotten like 5 million views. Sam predicted Sheikh Uthman would make an excuse and never do it. Keep in mind, Sheikh Uthman was free to go on the show because they were trying to set it up. They're trying to set up him going on the show. So he was free to go on the show. Sam said, no way he's ever going to go on the show. Not going to happen. 0% chance. Sheikh Uthman refused, of course. Then Sheikh Uthman made the mistake of lying. Just flat out. He always said that. He went to his followers and said, why aren't you going on PBD, man? You were offered the opportunity to debate on PBD. Why aren't you going? He said, oh, yes, they made it a rule. They said, we can't criticize Christianity, but they can criticize Islam. Never said that. And PBD asked Eddie D, Sheikh Uthman's Dawa buddy, asked him, did we say that? Did we say any of that? Eddie Dean said no. So Eddie Dean admitted Sheikh Uthman was lying. Admitted it. Right. That's what all the rest of this guy says could have been trying to save face, pumping his chest. And so what did he do? Then he said, I challenge all of you to come debate me on Christmas Eve. Right when you're spending time with your families. Right, that's the only time I'm free to debate. And then he changed it to the 30th. Everyone accepted it one way or another. I said we'll do it at Debate Con. Avery said, yeah, I'll go down there. And they got challenged directly. Avery and then they agreed. Sheikh Uthman then withdrew his challenge. IP agreed to go down there. That was then rejected. So just a total check. Anyway, here we go.
To fly us out and debate with you. You're dodging me now. I said that I was going to be in town. You're in town. You're at home. And you've got home recording, according to what you were saying. And so, here I am. San Diego in your hometown. Where you at? Where you at? Let's get some more likes, guys. Let's get some more likes. If we get enough likes, I'm gonna go over to Shaker's Dollar booth. We're gonna have some fun with him. See if his mom shows up or if the little kiddies are ready to talk. But this is all his fault. Now, usually leave him alone. We leave him alone, don't we, John? We leave him alone.
I'm saying once you find out something going on today, okay, fine, we're not messing with you. But once you start calling everyone out, okay, then he's going looking for you. So it's like Avery now is the Shaker's mom hunter, and Shaker's mom is the Dawa lady who's running around the world trying to avoid people actually showing up to debate him.
Until it promotes. Yeah, until it promotes. We let him have his side of the park because we ran him off of this side of the park. Wherever he set off to, they wanted to be at the farthest distance. Okay, we let you out. You stay over there, you do safe. But now your Shaker's been running his mouth. Now your leader's been running his mouth, calling us out as if he really wants to debate. Here we are. We're right here. In San Diego. Nowhere to be found. We just wondering where it's at. Where he is. In the meantime, my brother's over there cooking right now, showing different Qurans and whatnot, which is good.
Different Quran. Only one Quran. All right, so Avery talks for a little bit, and then he goes over and starts talking to these guys. We're not going to watch a bunch of this stuff because we want to get to the booth, but you did have some sort of Muslim psychologist or something shows up and starts talking about the miracle of iron in the Quran. Let's see what he says. Yeah, the miracle of iron, and then when none of that works, like he starts playing victim. All the Muslims are like, why are you coming to the park? Why are you coming to the park and attacking us? Like all these guys do at the park is attack Christianity all day. That's what they do. As soon as someone challenges or questions them, oh, we're victims. Why are we such victims all the time? It's pathetic. Let's see. Where's Avery? Is Avery there?
Right, but Moses is a baby. He grew up in yeah, but he's not an Egyptian. Yeah, but he's supposed to be. No. So if you're talking about Moses being the leader of his nation, he only sends a messenger to the people of his nation. Egypt is not his nation. There would have to be a prophet in Egypt that God is revealing things to that is getting closer.
So anyway, they talk a little bit about that. Then they talk. At some point, they talk about the miracle of iron, and it says God sent down iron. Avery pointed out that people back then, he points to the Egyptians. There were others, but they called iron metal from heaven back then. They all called it some version of metal from heaven because the original source of iron. Now you can get iron ore and do smelting and stuff and get it out of the ground. Back then, they got it from meteorites. So you saw a rock fall out of the sky. Oh, it's made of really good metal for making weapons and stuff. So they called it metal from the sky. And so even if that's what the Quran was saying, that it actually came down from the sky, that was common knowledge back then. But that's not even what the Quran is saying. When it says Allah sent down, it means that Allah provided. It says Allah sent down cattle. So did cattle come from outer space? Space cattle. Anyway, then this other guy just starts whining about everything and totally making things up. A compulsive liar. So God Logic starts bringing up passages of the Quran that confirm the Bible and so on. And one guy
Don't do that. Makes him mad.
That was during the time of Moses. Complete nonsense. But let's watch a little clip of that, and then we'll check out. Watch a little. Let's see what happens.
But this is important.
This is the Quran.
Let me go conversation. He's learning. This is knowledge. It's for everyone to learn.
And there's a woman there complaining that these guys came here and are disagreeing with Islam when that's all they do at the park is attack Christianity.
That's right. We sure did. He's running from us. He's a coward. Yes.
But yeah, they bring up, why aren't you going on Shaker's One stream? Whatever.
This guy has enough courage to actually have the conversation.
He's more brave than Osman. Osman is running.
Yeah. Yes. Why? Because he posts pictures and videos of my brother over here and lying about Christianity. That's why. You know? If he wasn't like that, we would not have done it.
I'm just saying that the Quran has...
It's very Christian of us, yes.
You hear that? It's not very Christian of you.
Very Christian.
I love it when Muslims define Christianity as whatever they want us to be, namely dimmies.
We handle people.
Facts, mainly demis.
Yeah, we expose Islam. Yes, it is.
Jesus died for. You believe Jesus died for people's sins, and yet you're criticizing Islam.
Jesus said to expose the liar.
So it's fine for you guys as a Muslim to lie, but not fine for us to show you real life.
What do you mean,
It's because in their religion they're told not to snitch on each other, basically, if you or not to confess your sins,
Notice how you're talking.
at least not to people.
You see what you're doing? Nobody. Who said we're better than Muslims? Who said we're better than Muslims? Sister.
You're acting like you're better than us. You're acting like you're better than us. Your book literally says Christians and Jews are the worst of creatures and Muslims are the best of peoples ever raised up for mankind. And you're whining about, and what are they doing to say that they're better? They're refuting lies. Anyway, let's fast forward a little bit. Just watch how these guys will just make stuff up. So Avery brought up Surah 2, verse 85 of the Quran, where Allah says, talking to the Jews of Medina who were fighting on opposite sides of the battle between two Arab tribes and so on. The Quran condemns them for fighting against their fellow Jews so they're following parts of the Torah, not following other parts of the Torah. And this guy just makes up. He says, no, this is Moses talking. What we heard about this being from Moses, and we know exactly what it's about. But he just lies to kind of avoid the Islamic dilemma. Watch a couple seconds of that, and then we'll check out the dollar bill.
The Torah is more according over Muhammad because he is
So even in Muhammad's time, Allah saying that the Torah is still good and has Allah's judgment in it. They're just saying, why do they come to you for judgment when they have the Torah in which Allah's judgment is in it? Right?
The laws are correct, the rest is corrupt, and that's what they are. Yeah. The laws are... the laws are correct, the rest is corrupt, and that's what it says. All the riddles in the sense. If you go through the laws, there will be very much in contradiction with what Islam is doing. Under the Mosaic law, you couldn't eat camel or rabbit. Muhammad ate both camel and rabbit. So if the laws are correct, then Islam is wrong, right? Except for that. Yeah, and by the way, they went to 543 because when they quoted 285 to him, he said, no, that's just talking about during the time of Moses. And so I went to 543 specifically to show, no, this is about Muhammad. It's about Muhammad. But he's gonna say it again here that they were only talking about the time of Moses.
If the Torah is still good for judgment, so Allah says that you can judge from a corrupted book. Look, this is what we need, brother. What we need is this, okay? I gave you an explicit verse where Allah says, let me finish, so you can hear me out, okay? I gave you an explicit verse where Allah says that you're not allowed to believe in part of the scripture and reject other parts of the scripture. I also...
Hear him? Avery says, I showed you a verse that says you're not allowed to just believe in parts, you have to believe in all of it. He says, that's just during the time of Moses. No, it's not. And, guys... I was about to say, some of you who have some degree of integrity, just tell them to pull up any commentary. This is about the 3 Jewish tribes in Medina, and Allah's criticizing them and saying, hey, you're breaking the law. By fighting against your own people, you're breaking the law. Then you ransom your own people, so you're following that part. So do you only believe in part, and you don't believe in other parts of the
See,
Torah?
you can...
What is the recompense of those who do so, but disgrace in the life of this world, and on the day of resurrection,
You can dupe on mobile.
Punishment. He says he will send you to hell if you only believe in parts.
It's just a little harder.
Other parts. And this guy says, no, it's the time of Moses. It's a complete lie.
Shut it off. Turn it on.
And no Muslim would have a problem with it. They're just lying about the Quran. Why is that relevant that they will lie about the Quran? Because that's what the Quran condemns Jews and Christians for doing. It doesn't criticize our books. It condemns us for not following our books, and for misrepresenting our books, and for lying about our books. That's exactly what this guy's doing right here, and they don't care. Anyway, Allah says he'll send you to hell for it, and you don't care. Interesting.
We also gave you a verse that, hold on, let me land. Please, let me land. You're not letting me, brother, let me get this out. This is important. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to listen to you. I get you. Tell me how it's incorrect when I finish, okay? Trust me. No, I'm not. I'm laying it out for you.
When a Muslim can't debate. Oh my gosh, this is sad.
But if the Quran says one thing, it says you're not allowed to believe in part of the scripture and reject other parts.
What does this do with the umbrella? Are you Mary Poppins, man? We got the Muslim Mary Poppins flying.
Parts of the scripture. And then this scripture also says that you that why do they come to you for judgment when they judgment is in? So Allah's already saying that the Torah is true.
For judging that this is it. The rest is corrupted.
That's not what it says.
The law, right? The law, which is important. The law is important. But that is what Allah decrees upon them. They kept that part completely, but they corrupted the rest. The rest that is not relevant to the law. They corrupted the history, some of the descriptions, some of My Vanilla Anarchy. First of all, they do that. Secondly, doesn't that follow the laws of the Old Testament as it is, or with the Torah as it is, as it stands? Why in the world would they need to go wrong? That's the point. Yep.
Okay, so then one more, no, not to 94, one more verse. Go to chapter, stay in chapter 2. Stay in chapter 2, go to 41. Well, I'm going to show you, and then you're going to have to give me what you're saying.
Many parts of the Quran are not referring to the Prophet Muhammad himself.
It's literally referring to Muhammad.
It's not. See right there, that's how you know that your understanding of the Quran is incorrect.
This guy's a complete moron. I mean, Avery could have started a verse earlier which specifically says this is what Muhammad is saying to the children of Israel here. So,
Oh, yeah? You still haven't shown me how.
There are plenty of stories
You haven't given them the verse.
that are completely not related to the Prophet.
I agree.
So, for example, you're taking a verse out of context and saying that, oh, this was given to the Prophet.
How am I taking a verse? You haven't demonstrated I'm taking a verse out of context. You're just saying it.
Your whole assumption here
Is?
that all of these verses are commands from God to the Prophet. That's not what they are.
Well, no, I agree. Some of these are commands to the people. Wait, hold on. Some of these are commands. Notice how you're cutting me off when you just.
guys, in case because you didn't watch all of this, but the idea here is these guys are saying Torah's been corrupted. Avery's pointing to verses in the Quran which say it hasn't been corrupted, and Jews still have to judge by the Torah. And they're saying, no, that's just talking about a different time. You're misrepresenting the Quran and saying that this is about Muhammad's time and things Muhammad is doing and saying. Every single thing they're quoting is something Muhammad is saying about the people of the book. Like something Muhammad is supposed to be saying from Allah about and to the people of the book. They're saying, no, it's just a different time. So this happens over and over again. They don't know what they're talking about or they're lying. They completely misrepresent things. The Christian is telling the truth and they're rejecting it, and thus rejecting their own book and their own prophet and their own God. And they do not care. It's all about loyalty to their sheikhs and imams and dawah clowns. No concern for Allah.
I want to read the context here of Surah 5, verse 41 to 33. Because this Muslim here comes and accuses Avery, God Logic, of taking it out of context and misrepresenting the Quran with his misunderstandings by making it look like this is directed at Muhammad. So let's fact check that here for a second. It is chapter 5, verse 43, right? The context starts at chapter 5, verse 41. I will now read literally how it starts.
Go back one more. Go to 40.
Do you not know that to Allah belongs the dominion of the heavens and the earth? He punishes whom He wills and forgives whom He wills, and Allah is over all things competent. O messenger.
What messenger? No, this is a different messenger. This is not. Okay, where does it say it's talking to a different messenger? Where are you getting that from? Sorry, go ahead.
O messenger, Ya Rasul, hearts believe not, and from among the Jews, avid listeners to falsehood, listening to another people who have come to you, who have not come to you, sorry. They distort words beyond their places, saying, if you are given this, take it, but if you're not given it, then beware. But he for whom Allah intends fitna, never will you possess power to do for him a thing against Allah. Those are the ones for whom Allah does not intend to purify their hearts. For them in this world is disgrace, and for them in the hereafter is a great punishment. They are avid listeners to falsehood, devourers of what is unlawful. So if they come to you, judge between them or turn away from them. In fact, when you read most translations, they will add here, when they come to you, in solid brackets, O Muhammad or O Prophet, to give the context, because that is clearly what it is about in the context. But if you only read this verse alone without the context, you might not realize it. So because it is quite clear that this is addressed to Muhammad, translators usually add it to this verse as well. Judge between them or turn away from them. If you turn away from them, never will they harm you at all. And if you judge between them with justice. Indeed, Allah loves those who act justly. And now comes the notorious verse 43. But how is it that they come to you for judgment while they have the Torah, in which is the judgment of Allah? Then they turn away after that, but those are not believers. So.
Oh, hang on. No, okay. You're in Surah 5. I thought you were going to Surah 2 when you said you were going to start at verse 41. When you said you were going to start at verse 41, I thought you were, because they were talking about both Surah 5, verse 43, which you're reading now, and Surah 2, verse 41. So right after this, go to that's the one I was talking about. When I heard you say verse 41, I said start at verse before. I was talking about Surah 2. But yeah, go ahead and finish. Just wanted to point that out.
Well, that's it. That's the end of it. So 43, that's the end of it. So it is very, 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 very clear that within this context, the entirety of this, including verse 43, is directly addressed at Muhammad. It is directly addressing Muhammad. It says, O Messenger, O Muhammad, why do they come to you when they have the Torah in which there is Allah's judgment? So it's clearly addressed at Muhammad. But this Muslim here comes in a very pompous way, like, you're taking it out of context, and this just shows that you have a misunderstanding of the Quran. No, he doesn't. God logic is representing it accurate. The other guy is lying, or he doesn't know, because that's what Muslims do very frequently. They want to defend the Quran, and they do it with ignorance or with dishonesty.
And that's pretty standard. So matter of fact, let me just go ahead and show everyone real quick. So this is Surah 5, verse 42. Oops, way too big. All right. Surah 2. Yeah. Okay, Surah 2. Oh, man. There we go. Surah 2, starting at verse 40. O children of Israel, call to mind my favor which I bestowed on you, and be faithful to your covenant with me. I will fulfill my covenant with you, and of me alone should you be afraid. And believe in what I have revealed. What's that? This is one of the verses telling the Jews, the children of Israel, to believe in the Quran. And believe in what I have revealed, verifying that which is with you. So this would be weird if they're saying this is Moses, because it would be Moses delivering them a revelation and saying, hey, believe in what I revealed, verifying what you already have. What do you mean verifying what we already have? You're the one bringing the revelation. No, this is Muhammad. This is Muhammad receiving a revelation telling the Jews that they should believe in the Quran because it verifies what they already have, right? And so that's this entire a ton of Surah 2. So here's a verse right here. This is Surah 2, verse 85. This is about the Jewish tribes of Medina. Look there in the middle there, towards the end of the line, in the middle there, it says, do you then believe in a part of the book and disbelieve in the other? What is the reward of such among you as do this, but disgrace in the life of this world? And on the day of resurrection they shall be sent to the most grievous chastisement, and so on. And here, 289, I guess they think this is about the time of Moses as well. And when there came to them a book from Allah, verifying that which they have, and aforetime they used to pray for victory against those who disbelieve, but when there came to them a prophet, who? You saying this is Moses? It's saying it verified the book that they already have. Anyway, yeah, go down to 101, and when there came to them an apostle from Allah, verifying that which they have, a party of those who were given the book threw the book of Allah behind their backs as if they knew nothing. So, yeah, these guys just they either have no clue what they're talking about, they're just flat out lying, and you just can't tell in these situations, because they usually have no clue what they're talking about, and they'll usually make stuff up, and they don't realize that's exactly what the Quran condemns Jews and Christians for doing with their book, and Allah says he'll send us to hell for doing that with our books. And then they do it with the Quran. Over and over again. That's right, they don't. All right.
Because I wasn't done.
But you just took a long pause. You
All
made
right, so this continues for a little while. Then God Logic says he's going to head over to the booth.
Let's go see if we can find Ibn Footnote. Uthman, we're looking for you. We're trying to find you, Uthman. We're in San Diego. We're live at Balboa Park.
Uthman,
We're live.
come out to play.
Come on. Let's go have some good time.
There we go.
As a matter of fact, actually. Can't forget my reminder.
Oh yeah, he grabbed his Bible. So, here.
That's fine. I told him I would be here in San Diego. I was here yesterday. I'm here today. So I know he's here. I know he's in town. So he's not in town. So
You hear these guys? He's not in town. He's not in town. What are you talking about? He was on his live last night.
where was he streaming from? He's streaming from here. He's home. He said because he said that he would not be flying on the 17th. He said he'd be back. So that's why he was able to stream. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So I can't find. I don't have his number. I have his number. Can I give you my phone to see where my? I don't have Uthman's number. How do you know? Whose number do you think I have, Michelle?
You have somebody's number that was in the stream yesterday.
Whose? Who was in the? I didn't watch the stream. Who was there?
You don't know who was there?
No.
This guy seriously thinks we sit around watching these streams. I didn't watch any of it. I was live. During the stream, and he thinks everyone's watching. We're all watching. Oh no, we're watching, but we're so scared.
Whose number do you think I have?
And they always assume, because they always lie, they assume other people always lie. When he's saying, "What? I don't have Sheikh Uthman." Yes, you do, liar. You have it. No, I don't.
Who's Mark? No. Who's Mark? No, not ringing a bell.
You have Marcus's number. Who's Marcus? What? You have his number. We know you, Marcus. You have his number. Yes, you're his best friend. We know. Who's Marcus? It's Marcus.
I don't have Liviana's number.
Hey, there's a psychologist.
I don't have any contact with Liviana. Why would I have contact with Liviana? It's his mom. Oh! Come on, you're doing that again, bro. You're doing that again.
He didn't have time. He had to go.
Unfortunately for him, the Quran says to speak with the people of the book in a good manner. But he's saying don't speak to the people of the book. So unfortunately, they're getting annoyed. Now, unfortunately, they're lying. They're getting emotional. And for some reason, they're getting the Quran says to speak to the people of the book in a good manner. Now
Isn't this amazing? Like, the moment God Logic shows up, all they want to do is derail it and send him away. No. You have to go away. You're being bad. And it's a psychologist and then a non-hijabi Muslim woman who, you're being evil. By what? The Quran tells you to speak to the people of the book. What are you doing here? No. Guys, dawah has become like a completely cowardly methodology. The dawah script, they know it doesn't work on anyone who knows the dawah script. They only want to interact with completely ignorant people. If a person who knows absolutely nothing about Islam showed up, they would want it broadcast all over the world. God Logic shows up, everyone wants to derail the discussion instantly. It's pathetic.
That shows what? It shows that they are insecure in their positions and their beliefs and their organizations and their da'wah.
Yep. Yeah, look at it. He's completely outnumbered, guys. He's completely outnumbered. You got the people who are at the Dawah booth there. You have the people who are following him from was speaking before, like, you've got a chance to take down God Logic, and he has a ton of people watching. What do you want to do? Shut it down. Are these people who are actually confident in their arguments? They think they have good arguments? No. These are people, all of them, who know their arguments suck and cannot stand up to the slightest bit of scrutiny. And they know their arguments only work in an atmosphere of ignorance. And so their entire goal is to only interact with people who know nothing about Islam. Complete cowardice. Complete cowardice. Well, these are not confident people who think they got the truth.
The explanation that they will give you when you address that is that, oh no, we don't talk to them because they're troublemakers, because they're just here to make trouble, they're just here to object, and all that. What they're basically saying is that if that was the case, if the case was simply that somebody like Avery or somebody who is a critic of Islam who does it regularly, right? If people like these were just troublemakers and that was the problem, these Muslims would very, very easily use that opportunity to put that troublemaker in his place and to give a brilliant demonstration of how
humiliate him in front of all his fans.
Is foolproof, is solid, is fantastic, and these guys can say nothing against Islam. But they know that when somebody comes who knows something about Islam, they know that this person will make it difficult for them to preach Islam. He will make it difficult for them to simply preach to the stupid, to the ignorant, to those who don't know anything. Nobody is supposed to ask questions. It doesn't really work. It doesn't fit the program. So they don't want it. They want to dismiss any person who knows something and objects to Islam. They want the ignorant ones.
So this is all pathetic, guys, but this is not judgment and punishment worthy. But we're going to get very soon to some things that are judgment and punishment worthy, and that's why we'll have a little court session here shortly, where sentences will be imposed against the Quran. But watch what happens when this guy, why didn't you go on Shackleton's stream? Watch this.
Instead of doing that, we got emotionalism, we got victim mode, we got all of this. Say that again?
I think you could have went on to the stream.
Okay.
And you could have talked and did what you want to do, right?
Why would I go on the stream when I can meet him in person and he said that he would debate in person?
I am not his agent or manager.
Yeah, so if we have an agreement to meet in person, why would I go on the stream?
Why are you talking to me? Why are you coming to me?
Because this is his booth.
No, I think you could have went and found a way to be there yesterday.
Why you're not listening to shit. If he agreed to talk to me in person, why would I go on a stream when that's not what we agreed to?
I'm not your arbiter.
Exactly.
I am not his legal representative.
But would you agree that
Trying to make a clip.
would you agree that he's being
It's going to
dishonest?
benefit you.
It's everyone's enjoying this, trust me.
I know they're enjoying it.
They're
but
enjoying it.
It's not going to benefit you, right?
It is. It's showing that one, Sheikh Uthman is a coward. He's nowhere to be found. We're in it. We're in his city.
You're going to sit here and just try and talk about someone behind their back. I'm
What
not
do you mean behind the back? It's on the stream.
I know.
Let me do it this way. Uthman,
That'd be me.
Talking about him behind his back.
You're t-
Gamer's like, okay, let me address
I'm literally be streaming. Is that what you're talking about, motherfucker?
you're a coward. You won't show up. You haven't been here since we destroyed you, and there's a reason why you won't come debate us.
Say whatever you want to say. You can go say it anywhere else.
I want to say it in front of his, right here. Say it right here. Because this is his establishment.
This is an organization
Ran by what, right?
that he is a volunteer of.
Volunteer?
It is not
Volunteer.
his organization.
Is he a leader?
He isn't on the list of leaders. He isn't someone that is legally bound to it. He's a volunteer.
So to be clear, you're saying
he's a volunteer. Everyone here's a volunteer.
who's the face of One Message Foundation? We should be honest.
So who the face of it is, who's doing what behind the scenes.
Yeah.
There's many people doing stuff.
Who's the face?
But right now, all you need to do is when there's a chance, because there was a chance.
There's seriously, I mean, Sheikh Uthman's channel, One Message Foundation, he's the face. I don't know anyone else from One Message Foundation. This guy's acting like, oh, he's just, he's some distant connection. Come on. And this is all...
Never heard of him.
Yeah, who's that? We've never heard of such a person.
Yesterday, and there was a chance before. Instead of joining, you claim to be sick, and you
What do
said
you mean? I was not sick yesterday. What are you talking about?
with someone. No, last time, not yesterday.
Me being sick had nothing to do with being on the
Sat
joining
on
the
the
stream.
stream while people on your stream.
So notice how you guys, do you notice they, like, every single time they make something up? Oh, but you have Marcus's phone. Who's Marcus? No, you have Sheikh Uthman. No, I don't. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. No, I don't. What the heck are you talking about? And now it's, oh, you said you were sick. That's why. What are you talking about? it's pathetic, man.
Trying to defend Usman right now. But you're not his arbiter, right?
You did not join that. You instead...
You want to know why I didn't join it?
You instead wanted to sit with David Wood.
Yeah, you want to know why I didn't
while
join it?
he ate a page of the Quran.
You want to know why I didn't join it?
That's it.
You want to know why? I'll tell you why. It had nothing to do with me being sick. Why I didn't join the stream the first time, Michelle,
Like I
is
said,
because, let me tell you,
I am not
I
the
just
arbiter.
listened to you. But you're
I'm
defending
not
him right now.
arbiter.
But you're defending him.
Because you're speaking ill about a Muslim
Okay, so
behind your back.
let me say it.
Regardless of that Muslim being big.
He's
or
speaking
small,
truthfully about a lying power.
you're just want to listen.
I know you don't, so let me just say it. So Michelle, the reason why I didn't join the stream is because Uthman agreed to fly me. We didn't ask. He hit Nick up and asked for me and him and said that he will pay us, pay for our expenses, fly us out, and debate in person. So why would I join the stream when he changes the stipulations, when he promised that he would pay for me to fly out to debate in person? So guess what I did? I said, you know what? I won't go to the stream. What I'll do is I'll come from Vegas. I'll drive 5 hours. I'll come to San Diego where I know his booth is and say, where you at, Usman? So where is he? That's why I didn't join you.
Y'all got that? Y'all got that? His fans still think everyone's running from him. Avery is literally traveling around the country trying to find him, to make him go through with his agreement to debate in person. He won't do it. What he does is, he'll say, hey, I challenge you two to a debate. And then the two, in this case, Avery and Nick, both say, okay, we agree. Let's do it. And then he says, no, I take it back. We're not doing that. And what he'll do is he'll challenge you, and if you accept, then he changes to something else, and then he'll challenge you on that, and then you accept, and then he changes that. And eventually just, look, dude, you obviously aren't serious, and you don't want to debate. I'm not interested. And then he says, you're running from me, see? It's pathetic, and his idiot fans are too stupid to know what's going on. Dawa is one giant joke, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, they start talking about Jesus. He starts asking him about Jesus. You know, they're claiming that Jesus was a Muslim here and so on. Let's go ahead and check a little bit of this out.
Online, and you came to talk to
What do you mean left? What do you mean left the people?
You left Libiano.
I already destroyed him twice. Even Jake, metaphysician, says I destroyed him.
Guys, do you hear this? It's like, oh, you're running from Libiano. I destroyed Libiano. Even Jake, the Muslim metaphysician, says I destroyed it. What are you even talking about? What are you talking about? They just develop all these myths because all they do is lie to each other. They don't actually pay attention to what's really going on. They just listen to each other's lies, and then when they actually talk to someone, it's all you get is nothing but made-up nonsense. This is Dawa, guys. This is Dawa.
Every single person that has a following online
Destroyed them
to
all.
come to talk to
Destroyed them all.
nobody, because
You're not a nobody to me.
we don't have followings.
Michelle,
Nobody
it's not
knows
about you
who
having
you're
a following.
talking to.
It doesn't matter to me.
You're doing that, right?
Uh-huh.
Because you're starved for content that much.
So I'm starved. How many are watching now?
They were on for 3 hours.
So almost 5,000 people. I'm starving for knowledge. I'm starving for content, guys. I'm starving.
That's the point. You could have had more if that's your objective, right? You could have done it last night. 3 hours they were online.
So why didn't they come? Why didn't they?
6 hours.
Why didn't they come? Yeah, you're right. Because I'm here in person. So why won't he come in person?
So right now,
Why won't he come in person?
so my friend is traveling
Where?
across the country.
No, he's not. He's right here in Cali. He said that look. This is how we know because
I know for a fact.
IP.
I know for a fact he's not.
Where is he?
He's traveling.
See, no. He's right here. He was at his crib streaming for 3 hours, and so and I told him I'm gonna be out here on the 17th. Radio silent.
You were invited to his crib, right?
No, I wasn't invited to his house.
He was never invited to his house.
No.
Okay.
No.
So he
Did
was
you hear this again? Oh, yeah, you were invited. Oh, I wasn't.
in his crib, right? But not the crib that was here.
What do you mean not the crib that was here?
He was here.
He was there in San Diego.
He wasn't here. He was at his home. He has multiple.
In San Diego, right?
Did you hear that, anything? He was at his home, but one of his other homes. He has multiple homes. Must be nice. Sheikh Uthman has multiple homes. He has homes all over the place. When he says he's home, he doesn't mean San Diego. That's just one of his homes.
Oh no.
So you're telling me that last night he was not
I
here in
don't
San
lie.
Diego?
I'm telling you.
Man, you've lied to me so many times, bro.
I've never lied to you once.
Yes, you have.
I've never lied to you once.
You told me that I take things out of context. That's a lie.
No, it's not a lie.
It is. If you're saying that I take things out of context, and And you can't provide me how I do that. You're slandering me. That's a lie, bro.
So he's taken stuff multiple times out of context. Give me one. But I'm not going to sit here and debate with you over it, right?
Look, if you
ask me why this is written,
if you
because it's from the Quran.
if you tell me
Did Jesus submit himself to God?
if you
Did Jesus submit himself to the Father?
yes.
Damn.
Just simply say, Jesus submit himself to the Father. And he's going to say, therefore he's a Muslim. He submitted to the Father.
Yes. Being a submitter is someone who is a Muslim. We as Muslims believe.
You submit to the Father, you're a Muslim, guys. Jesus submitted to the Father. You're a Muslim. Why is this relevant? The Quran says Allah is a father to no one, and if you even call Allah a father, say he has a son, the universe is ready to fall apart. And he's citing Christian belief that God is the Father, that Jesus spoke to his Father, as evidence that he's a Muslim. Guys, according to Islam, calling Allah Father is the worst possible sin. That's shirk. That's shirk. If you say Allah has a son, that is shirk. That is the unforgivable sin. And he's saying Jesus is a devout Muslim. Why? Because he apparently committed shirk. The worst sin imaginable.
All of the prophets of Allah came with the same commandments from that same creator.
I got you.
Right? Commandments to their people. And those people that followed their prophet at their time were always called Muslim. Even the Jews, even the people of Noah, even the people of Abraham. And
By the way,
because we have multiple conversations.
if you submit your documents to the court, then you're a Muslim.
Yes, you submit. See, you submit. Islam means one who submits. So if you submit documents to the court, you see, you are a Muslim. Oh, this is to prove. You guys can, we'll watch another few seconds, but there's other stuff we want to get to. But, yeah, the idea, this entire discussion, no, Muslim is just someone who submits to God. Neighbor gets to the point where he's like, okay, if you submit to a rock and call that your God, are you really submitting? No, not that. And then you eventually get, what about Ahmadis? Are they Muslims? No, they're not Muslims. Even though they believe in all 5 pillars of Islam, they practice all 5 pillars of Islam, they believe in all 6 articles of faith and so on. They're not Muslims. But if you call God your father, somehow it doesn't matter. You can say whatever you want. You can be the son. He can be the father. That's all fine. You're a devout Muslim. If you're off on something in Islam, no, you're not a Muslim. This is amazing stuff.
My words that I'm telling you, verbatim, I've repeated to you. And you're acting now as if there's something new.
This is actually the first time we've talked about this subject.
No, it's not actually.
Okay.
No, we've talked.
I'm gonna show you how precious this is, because what you said
3 years ago I talked to you.
not about this.
Yeah, exactly about that.
No, he didn't, bro. So look, what you said.
That's like basic.
But let me talk about what I understand.
Reverberate.
I understand. This is what you believe, right? Now you said to be a Muslim is a submitter, and that's it, right? And so therefore, because they submit to Jesus, submit to the
At
Father.
the time of their prophets.
I got you. So
Submits to the Father.
my question would be this: does it matter who or what they're submitting to? Right? Can they submit to something that is a idol or a statue and still be a Muslim?
No.
Right. So they have to submit to the correct view of the true God. Would you say?
Based on what Allah sends to each prophet at their time.
Okay, that's fair enough.
So even the Hindus today, they follow their scriptures,
Uh-huh.
right? We don't affirm that what they have came from the Creator.
Gotcha.
But any goodness in it might be from a prophet that came to them at a certain time.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So when
That's
Jesus,
like even as Muslims, we don't go putting bad things on like their scriptures, the Hindu scriptures,
Yeah.
eating them, burning them, right?
that's fine.
It is kind of funny because when there's something they flat out disagree with, what did Muhammad do? What did Muhammad do, everyone, with the idols of the Meccans once he conquered Mecca?
He destroyed them.
He destroyed their idols. There was no respect for something he's not required to believe in. All these guys, if they have something that you don't believe in, and you're like, I'll treat that like Muhammad treated, that needs to just be saying, I will treat your book, which I don't believe in, the same way Muhammad treated the idols of the Meccan polytheist that he did not believe in. And what are you going to do? You're going to condemn your prophet? That's how we're going to start doing it, guys. How we're going to start doing it. Anyway, so they say no, you have to be submitted in the correct way, and they don't realize Christian theology. Guys, the Injil, the gospel that your God commands us to judge by, when we go to it, we find that the Father identifies Jesus as the divine Son at his baptism. The Holy Spirit identifies Jesus as the divine Son at his baptism. The angel Gabriel, when he was speaking to Mary, identified Jesus as the Son. John the Baptist, a prophet, according to Islam, identified Jesus as the Son. Jesus' apostles, who were devout Muslims, according to the Quran, identified Jesus as the divine Son of God. Over and over again, the Roman soldiers at his crucifixion identified him as the Son. Even demons, when Jesus was casting them out, would say, "We know who you are, the Son of God." Everyone who could possibly identify him as the Son of God identified him as the Son of God. Even the people who didn't believe he was the Son of God, the Jewish leaders who opposed him, their mockery of him, they said, he called himself the Son of God. Let God say that. He called himself the Son of God. So everyone, you're talking Father, everyone. Jesus identified himself as the Son of God. So the Father identifies him as the Son of God. Jesus identifies himself as the Son of God. The Holy Spirit identifies him as the Son of God. The angel Gabriel identifies him as the Son of God. John the Baptist identifies him as the Son of God. His apostles identify him as the Son of God. Even the Roman soldiers identify him as the Son of God. And even the people who didn't believe he's the Son of God admitted that he was calling himself the Son of God. And then 6 centuries later, an illiterate caravan robber comes along and goes, "Well, how can God have a son when he don't got no wife? I don't get it." And the Muslims, those are powerful arguments. Stupid, idiotic moron in the desert contradicts every actual witness. And Muslims go with the idiot every single time, and then we wonder why they go with people like Sheikh Uthman. Why? You're programmed to in your religion. You're programmed to go with the most ridiculous argument from the most ridiculous person. It's what Islam programs you to do.
You should be more respectful toward Islam.
I'll try. So guys, you can watch. You can watch that. This full discussion. It's good. It's basically the guy just saying, "No, here's what we believe. Here's what we believe. Here's what we believe," and God logic over and over and over again. Give me evidence for that. Give me evidence for that. Give me evidence for that. And they never do. And he starts pointing out how circular they are. So watch a little bit more here, and then we'll get to where some real action starts.
Okay. I don't know their names. Look, we agree that he had disciples. How many did he have? Up until the time of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How many did he have?
Okay, yeah, this is funny. In this section, Avery's pointing out they don't know anything about Jesus from their book, right? Like, they're saying, he fasted. Where? Show me that in your book. He did this. Show me that in your book. To know about Jesus, you have to go to the Bible.
Yep.
Which they're rejecting, so it's dumb.
There were followers of Jesus.
I got you.
Destined to heaven.
How many?
That followed that pure monotheism.
No worries. How many?
Not 3 in 1. One.
How many disciples did he have?
8, yeah.
How many disciples did he have?
We don't need to know that. It doesn't matter.
Okay. So here we are. Listen, this is why I'm gonna show you why this is important. Okay? You don't know where he was born. You don't know where he was from. You don't know if he fasted or not. You don't know if he taught to fast. You don't know how he prayed. You don't know who his disciples were. You don't even know how many disciples he had. From your no, you don't. From your Quran and Hadith, this is the point. From your sources, you don't know anything about Jesus. But everything that you say,
that we know
let me land it.
we need to know today.
Let me land it.
Authenticate.
There's one time that you gave me an answer on how Jesus prayed. You said he prayed like us, and he prostrated from the remnants that we find. And I asked you, where are these remnants? You said it's from your Bible, from the Old Testament and New Testament. So the only...
And in the place where it says he prostrated, he calls God Father. And they say, see, he's praying like us. According to your religion, he committed the worst, most unforgivable sin there is when he did that. You say, see, it's just like us. How do you guys do this? You literally, when you quote, you can't even finish a verse without contradicting Islam. And you're saying this proves that Islam is true. You guys this is a joke, man.
That you can get information about Jesus is from the Bible. So you need the Bible for information on Jesus. So the Bible will tell us if he's a Muslim or not.
Let me tell you how it is.
Tell me.
Guys, you catching this? The Quran doesn't tell you about like Jesus' life and the things he's doing. It gives like very like minor details and stuff that are all
Vague
taken
details,
from other sources and so on. But if you actually want to know how Jesus lived and so on, you have to go to the Bible. And so they're saying Jesus lived as a Muslim. Well, where would you go to find out how Jesus lived? The Quran doesn't tell you. So where you get this, you got to go to the Bible, and that's where you find out Islam does not line up with Christianity. And then they say, oh, it's been corrupted. This is sad, man. This is pathetic.
Now, our prophet, peace and blessing be upon him,
said from your scriptures.
Sheikh
not
Usman, where
to
you at,
say
man?
anything as a lie and not to accept it as absolute truth. So
Wait, say it again. Say it again.
when he said
Wait,
they
repeat.
heard it.
No, I need to hear it. I'm in
All right.
This is good, guys. Yeah, this is an interesting little discussion here. That's why I wanted to include this. This guy actually just flat out lies about a hadith, saying Muhammad said, "Don't believe their scriptures." And Avery's just going to burn him up by going to what the actual hadith said. It actually agrees with Avery, not with this guy.
So we don't accept everything as absolute truth.
From what?
Nor do we accept everything as a
From
lie
what?
unless it's a clear lie
From-
against what
From what?
from the old scriptures.
No, that's a lie.
Wrong.
So, no, the hadith.
Liar.
No, Muhammad. No, let me stop you right here.
Liar.
Michelle,
Right now.
Muhammad said, "Do not believe." When you listen to the people of the book, he says, "Don't believe what they say, nor disbelieve what they say."
Yes.
But and watch this. This is going to be the killer. He says, "But say, we believe in what was given to us and what was given to you." So Muhammad said, "Believe in their books."
Yes. No, he didn't say that. What would
Say it. Give me your phone, please.
we believe in it?
We're gonna bring this up. What's the only thing we do, y'all?
We believe in it.
We just
What
read.
a liar.
How do we
What
know?
a liar.
Allah says in the Quran that the Quran itself is something that you should
Brother, you tripping.
judge.
I'm gonna show you the hadith. Watch this. You are. You tripping. No, you don't, because you just said that Muhammad said, "Don't believe in the books."
The Injil came to Isa.
That's not what that's what he said.
Came to Moses.
That's not what he says. All right, we're gonna see.
But I don't believe the Bible all those things.
That's cool.
That is why
And notice he keeps, I don't believe. We're not talking about what you believe. We're pointing out that what you believe is not what your God or your prophet said, and you don't care. Which means it's not the religion of your God and prophet. You guys have invented some other thing that has no connection to your God and your prophet.
You're taking the knowledges, scholars, and yourself says gods besides Allah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Guys, that is like really bad. You're saying, hey, we're listening to all these guys who tell us, and we don't care what Muhammad said. I mean, think about this. This guy says, Muhammad says only don't believe in all of their scripture. Avery said that's not what it says. It says we believe in your books. We don't believe what you guys are saying about your books because you're a liar. Right? Why is that relevant? Because these guys are lying about their book. This is over and over again. They do the exact things that Allah says Jews and Christians are going to hell for doing, and they're doing it with their own book. And he did it right here. Look.
good. Where a prophet is prostrating to his Lord in Islam, this is something that Isa alayhi salam did without affirming it because it's not in my sources. This is what we have as truth. But does it matter? No. Because Isa alayhi salam, Isa ibn Maryam, right? The Messiah, when he comes down and he kills the Antichrist, he's going to be a follower of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, praying in al-Masjid al-Aqsa, following what Muhammad came with alayhi salatu wa salam. And he's going to rule the earth as a king. But as a king that is a human, worshipping Allah alone.
This guy just, here's what I believe, here's what I believe, here's what I believe, here's what I believe. And Avery, okay, here's the hadith you lied about.
You can't speak, please.
Yeah, I know. Here's what I believe. Here's what I can say it, but it only works with ignorant people who don't point out that I'm lying.
All right. You ready?
I know that.
You do? Yeah. So does the hadith? I'm gonna give you a chance. Does the hadith say
And watch how he doesn't even want Avery to read it.
to reject their books, or does it say to reject what they say?
Arabic?
Yeah, I have it there.
Let me read it in Arabic.
Okay.
So I'll read it for you.
I read it in English first.
I'll read it for you and I will translate it in Arabic.
No, it's right here.
No, I think they like it.
Oh,
I'll
can you read it? Can you read English first?
No, I'm going to read the Arabic.
Wait, we got English speakers here. Yeah. Read
I'll
English
read
first.
the Arabic first. This guy speaks Arabic. He can verify if I'm lying.
Yeah.
So let me
wait,
read the
can you
Arabic.
read the English first?
I'll read the Arabic and I'll translate verbatim what it
No,
says.
I'll
Now,
read
notice, Avery could have already read it twice, and this guy's still whining.
English.
No,
And then I'll give
then you wanna take
What?
translation?
I'm gonna hand you the phone.
No. Let me read it in Arabic.
This is Sahih Bukhari. Sahih Bukhari 7362. I'm gonna give it to you. I do. I'm gonna give it to you in Arabic. If you don't read it, I'll give it to him. Okay? Sahih Bukhari 7362. Narrated Abu Hurairah. There he is again. The people of the book used to read the Torah in Hebrew. Remember our brother said that they didn't have the Torah earlier today?
Used to read the Torah in Hebrew. Huh. Interesting. Weird, since they don't have it according to these guys.
Oh, but they had the Torah written in Hebrew in Muhammad's time, right? Hey, that's crazy. The people of the book, the Jews, used to read the Torah
Jews.
and then explain it in Arabic to the Muslims.
They still have the Torah today. You know, you go to any synagogue, they have something that's called the Torah. It's
Oh,
not
that's
the
beautiful.
Bible.
Okay, cool. Allah's apostle said, do not believe the people of the book. Did he say don't believe the book or the people? People, right? Okay. Don't believe the people of the book, nor disbelieve them. But say, we believe in Allah and whatever is revealed to us, which is what? Okay. And whatever is revealed to you, which is what?
What was sent down to Isa and Moses?
Torah and Gospel, right?
Guys, you catch that? It's the passage this guy quoted to say, we're told not to believe in all your scriptures. Avery quotes it. It says, don't believe the people of the book, but instead say, we believe in the revelation that came to us and the revelation that came to you. Okay, we believe in the revelation, not what you guys are saying. Why? If the Jews are reading it in Hebrew and telling Arabs what it says in Arabic, how do you know that the person who's speaking is actually telling you the truth about what's in the book? Well, Muhammad warns his followers, you don't know that what these people are telling you about their book is true or not. They could be lying. They could be making stuff up. They could be misinterpreting things. So when they're talking to you, don't affirm it and don't deny it, because you don't know. It's in a different language. So when they start telling you something, say, we believe in the revelation that we have, and we believe in the revelation that you have. We believe in the revelation. We don't believe what you're saying about the revelation. That is exactly what God it says, and it's completely different from what he said. He said the passage is saying, don't believe everything in their scriptures. Total lie. Total lie. And these are the guys who keep saying that Avery's lying. He keeps being completely right every single time. Why?
So they're supposed to believe in the Quran and the Torah and Gospel, but what they say, they take it with a grain of salt, right? Okay.
It
It says, do not believe them.
Exactly. But
Extrapolates onto you.
and then it explicitly says believe the book, though, right?
No, it says to believe what was sent down to them.
So we
What does it say?
believe in Allah and whatever is revealed to us, and whatever is revealed to you.
And so think about this, guys. If hey, we believe in the revelation that came down to us and the revelation that came down to you. If believing the revelation that came down to you just means we'll pick and choose what we agree with and then say, okay, then why wouldn't that be the same with the Quran? If that's what it means to say you believe in the revelation that came to you, it means, if you're talking about Torah and the Gospel, we believe in the revelation that came to you. Okay, what's that mean? It means we'll just pick and choose whatever we like out of it. Oh, okay. Well, I can do that with the Quran then, right? Because we believe in this, we believe in that. What does it mean to believe in that? Oh, it means just pick and choose whatever you like, cherry pick. Oh, okay. Well, then that would mean the Quran too, right? Weird stuff.
Okay.
The books, right? Right?
What was revealed to them?
The Torah and Injil, right?
Right?
Correct? No, correct?
Changed
No, can you answer the question?
Yes.
Okay.
We believe what was sent down to Jesus was sent down to Jesus.
All right. Now read the Arabic.
What was sent down to Isa?
And so look, now he's saying we believe what was sent down to Jesus. You catch that? Even the hadith that he completely lied about and destroyed, it doesn't say, but we believe in the revelation that came to Jesus. The revelation that came to you, talking to the people of the book, we believe the revelation that came to you, which means it accurately came down to you. This is just, guys, this is ridiculous at this point. Anyway, so this is some Islamic dilemma stuff. Anyway, guys, again, you can watch the full conversation here. Good little discussion. Then some bad actors get involved. See these other guys on the side? See these other guys coming in on the side here? Bad guys. And my judgment will be fair, but swift. My judgment will be fair, but swift, guys. So, take a couple super chats. Take the super chats we got here, and then we will watch these guys. And so these guys are going to start talking about me, complaining about me, and then they're going to be some harassing of Avery's wife. He's going to make a dude stop, and then these guys are going to call police like a bunch of absolute total cowards. Total cowards. And then we're going to have judgment, guys. We're going to have a little trial. We're going to have a little court session. And all penalties will be imposed on the Quran. So let's take these super chats. I have COKTilYouDrop for sale, and then for the Dawah team. Yeah, they need it, especially the Warner, apparently. Muslims need to chill with this whole Zabiba challenge and stop banging their head on the floor 5 times a day. The damage is showing. God bless you both. It would be interesting seeing, because we connect this stupidity to their ideology and to the 40 generations of first cousin marriage. But all that banging the head on the floor to get a good Zabiba to show off for the ladies may be taking its toll. AP pressed the winger turbo mode just now on time travel, and yet David just let it go. I did. Let us pray for the Kurds in Syria. Serious times. Yes, guys. Rough times for the Kurds. Eagerly waiting for Maloink to turn against Sheikh Sutman. Won't be long. Won't be long. Alexa, play Runnin' by the Far Side for Uthman. That's a good one. Uthman has his groupies convinced you guys running. I know. We could. I mean, I'm laid back. I'm like, okay, there are a couple debate counts a year now. Pick one. James will gladly work around Sheikh Uthman's schedule. Sheikh Uthman will never do it. Avery's actually going around the country hunting for him, and they think we're the ones who are running. It is absolutely pathetic. All these guys seem to have a crush on Avery. Good luck to him. Yes, they do. Especially, it's obvious that Allah only made it appear as if Uthman was not there. Like Momo, the best of receivers, Allah most wise, most knowledgeable. That is one possible explanation. David Segura es el Chivo. Goat. Is that word for goat? Chivo. El Chivo. That's a good one. It's metal that formed between the spine and ribs. Iron. Where in the world is Dawa San Diego? I know, it's funny. It's funny that that's the saying, and it's people hunting for Uthman in San Diego. Ironic. Don't think Malik lived in the hood enough to really understand how predominantly black original blood culture and sets are in all areas. Crips is the only one he'd be in formally 60 IQ activities. Yeah, no, it's a complete joke that this guy clearly has never absorbed any actual gang identity. It's a joke. He's on TikTok. He's what was called back in the day a perpetrator. He's a perpetrator. God bless y'all. Be with AP. You guys are killing it. AP. Side note: could you tell me when Fath al-Bari, Volume 9, page 27, Rob Christian found it about child marriage, and I don't know if it was real or not. Yeah. Hey, Sean. Why don't you come on when we're live with Giant DOC, and they can actually look it up in the Arabic if you have a question, if you're talking about Fath al-Bari. Recite my chat, else you get believed. That's all you did there. No, this is a different messenger. It's Muhammad Sagera. Sheikh was busy cleaning off his dress from the mess he made with the McMutta meals. Yeah, and maybe he hasn't cleaned off all the ketchup. Without lies, Islam dies. That's true. Someone should make a banging song out of that. Is Jesus preaching secularism in Matthew 22:21? You do have a division of church and state, in that you can have a dual allegiance. Your ultimate loyalty is to God, but you also have an obligation to human rulers and so on. David, here is an example of the hard-hitting topics at Winger's channel. Read in the appropriate voice. Deceased loved ones and necromancy. Is going to the cemetery and talking to loved ones necromancy? That sounds like some dork stuff over on Winger's channel. Uthman running is just jinn deception. You see? The jinns are tricking us. If any Dawa guys ask for a debate, not that the cowards ever would, you guys should say that you only debate those above F tier on Jake's list, like Mojab needed 500,000 subs. Let the blood boil. Yeah, we should say we're only willing to debate A and S tier, and those are the guys who will never debate. Hey guys, shout out to the Arabic-speaking guy with Avery, Divine Dialogue 24. Give this brother some love and check him out. He's out there soldiering for Christ. No, it's actually cool because at the end, Avery told people to subscribe and got him a bunch of subscribers there. I just came from IP stream. Mike and Than directed us here. Smart move. I did see more people coming in. And I was guessing that's what it was from. Never skip leg day with mine. Got to have those legs nice and strong for running. How can Allah have a son if he has no cousin? That's probably the most powerful point, and that's what the verse should have said. Do Muslims believe Jesus turned water into wine? If so, then why can't I drink beer? You got him there. David, the masked Muslim in back yelling about you is Ghost from CC Unit. He's a famous YouTube predator catcher. Irony is his prophet is Muhammad. Really? A masked Muslim in back? That guy? He starts yelling about me, man. That dude starts yelling about me. I'll look that up. Take the Quran and have a menstruating woman eating pork handed to Uthman. It will be completely contaminated to them. I think we can contaminate some Qurans ourselves. I'm probably out late to the game.
Hey brother, do you remember me? I'm Omar. Yes sir, how you be, bro?
You were familiar. Not at all, but I like the name. Jesus is quite literally the worst Muslim I have ever seen. Triune God, why do they want to claim our Messiah so bad? Because Muhammad did that. He just took everyone that was important and said, they're all Muslims, they're all Muslims. Even Alexander the Great. They're about Muslim. Alexander the Great was as pagan as a pagan can possibly be. Oh, let's just call him a devout Muslim because people like him. Stupid. Jesus prostrated, but the father part is corrupted. Yeah, half the verse is corrupted, and the other part's good. Question: what is faster than a speeding bullet? Hey, Sheikh Uthman after getting a debate request. Yeah, it's him. Malik summoned in his D&D buddies. The dwarf necromancer was so annoying. Yeah. Two more real quick. And did you see he gonna lie and said you admitted to being a PDF? They love to twist words. I watched that live. You did not say that. Of course I didn't. No, we'll get to that. They're about to say it. Last one here. Where in the world is Uthman Santiago? And D-Wood or AP, please challenge Junior to a debate about the 99 attributes or Tawheed. I know he'll take it, lol. He probably will. You can say what you want about Junior, he'll actually debate, unlike Sheikh Uthman. Junior will actually debate. We can't say that Junior is smart. We can't even say that he is above 80 IQ. But we can say he will debate. He actually does.
Junior is literally the best Muslim debater out there.
I know. It's kind of by default. If he's the only one who's willing to show up, then he's the best because he's the only one willing to do it. It's like if you had a runner on a track and you said, okay, we're going to have a big race, and only one runner shows up, you're going to say, okay, he wins. He wins. All right, guys, so this is where things take a dark turn. So you've got, they were having a discussion here, and then you're going to have these other guys. See this guy in sunglasses here, and then the guy in the mask, and then there's another guy in a hoodie, you can see there. And these guys want to derail everything and start talking about the diesel. And then there's another guy who starts harassing Christina, Godlogic's wife. And things take a dark turn. Judgment shall be enforced in this very live stream, ladies and gentlemen. In this very live stream, we will pronounce judgment on the Quran in this live stream. So let's check this out.
That's gonna be the other. It's been 5 minutes. Yeah, Avery. The Muslims that. Oh, got 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds. My bad. Go ahead. 30 seconds. We good now? Tell us. Thank you for coming. Avery. You know we get along. You know what I'm saying? You come around, you know? Hey, look. Hold on, Avery. Hold on. I can never take him serious. Don't worry, Avery. Look. You've been coming to the park a little bit. You know, we've known you for a little bit. Questions. Muslims have a little bit of questions, right? Muslims are the Muslim community, on TikTok, the Muslim Yahweh community, right? Because you come into San Diego and then we usually have a conversation. It's usually respectful. So we saw you on live recently, or on YouTube recently, sitting with David Wood. David Wood has ripped up the Quran. He eats the Quran. So our question is, do you condemn David Wood for that?
The Quran is delicious.
Eating it. Yeah, Avery. Do you condemn me or not? Isn't it amazing? These guys do nothing but lie. Everything they say about our religion is blasphemous, idiotic nonsense. We found out from Malik that these guys behind the scenes, Dawah After Dark, they're taking up Dawah donations. They're spending the donations on drugs. They're going to the clubs, even with trans women and so on. They're taking ladies back to the hotel room. Not my words, guys. They're smashing hoes. That's what they're bragging about behind the scenes. They're running trains on girls. That's one Dawah dude after another on the same girl and so on. This is what's going on behind the scenes. They have a problem with any of that? No. But they demand respect for the book that compels them to act in these disgusting ways. And then they demand respect for that book. The book that calls us the worst of creatures. The book that calls them the best of peoples, even though they have the most disgusting behavior I've ever seen from any group in my life. But we're supposed to respect their book, just as Muhammad respected the idols of the polytheist that he smashed. Not the way these guys are smashing hoes, but he smashed their idols. But here we go.
What do you mean? So the stats that I have is that if somebody is provoked, then you cannot complain or cry at their reaction.
In other words, someone says, hey, you do this, you cross this line, I'm going to do this to your book, and you cross the line, that's on you. You knew the rules.
Right? And so let me tell you the context.
I'm not asking about the provoking. I'm asking about taking it. I'm asking about anybody that gets provoked in any manner. A Muslim could get provoked, and if a Muslim does that, we as Muslims would condemn a Muslim.
No, you wouldn't.
For ripping
Not all of you.
For ripping up the Bible.
No, you wouldn't.
That is held respectfully by people of Christianity.
You say it, but you don't.
We Muslims will condemn them.
Okay.
So
Now, notice what he just said. If a Muslim was ripping up the Bible, because that is held in respect by Christians, we would condemn a Muslim for ripping it up. Avery's going to point out, no, some of you would, some of you would not, because some Muslims do rip up the Bible, and other Muslims cheer for them, and so on. So one, you'd say some Muslims would say don't do that. But is it just because Christians respect the book? No, it's because your God said He revealed the book. In other words, you're supposed to, even if you want to say corrupted, you're still supposed to believe in some of it, some verses, and therefore, if you were destroying it, even if you only believe parts of it are still the word of Allah, you're still destroying the word of Allah, right? So that's the reason there. Okay, take something that you don't believe is revealed by Allah. Would you respect it then? And insist that anyone who desecrates it or something like that is being evil? Fine, you're ex-Muslims now because it's what your prophet did with the idols of the polytheists. He destroyed them, 360 of them. What are you doing here? Why are you pretending like your religion teaches respect for other people's sacred symbols and so on? Why? Your prophet showed no respect for the idols of the pagans. So why should we respect your idol? Why? We want an explanation. You offer none. Anyway.
we thought that, since you're friendly with us, you're friendly with some Muslims, not all of them, but you're sitting with a guy that is doing an action like that is like one of the worst actions that we would do.
Let me respond to that.
Yeah, we're fine with smashing hoes, we're fine with banging little girls and stuff, we're fine with all that, but, we got a problem with ripping up our book. Closest, this is good behavior.
My objection, my question is, do you affiliate with or condemn all those Muslims who say that apostates deserve the death penalty? Yes or no? If you condemn it, sure, yeah, maybe we can talk further about this whole issue. If you don't, please speak up.
Yep, that's good. So, the conversation, whining about the dizzle. This is what they're going to do all the time. Oh, you condemn this. I mean, think about this. The Ummah is so strong. What's the Ummah doing in 2026? They're all attacking each other, doxing everyone, and going around whining. They have an opportunity right here on camera to destroy God logic if they can. They can't. So what do they do? Let's whine because you don't condemn people ripping the Quran that calls you the worst of creatures. Shame on you. You need to be more respectful, like our prophet who destroyed the idols of the pagans and stabbed the rights out. Oh wait, no, that won't work.
Just a few days ago, there was a guy. His name is Henny on YouTube, or TikTok. You know?
I've heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was on a Muslim cousin's live, and he came up and he took the Bible and he ripped the page out of the Bible.
Yeah.
Now the Muslims in the comment section were saying yes, yeah, alhamdulillah, yeah. And then they actually condemned
Damn,
Muslim
I'm fucking
cousin.
dying, guys. Hold up.
He actually linked him. yeah, alhamdulillah, yeah. And then they actually condemned, because Muslim cousin, the host, is a Muslim.
Okay.
He actually kicked him for doing that.
Alhamdulillah.
Right? But,
Allahu Akbar.
all right, watch this.
Okay.
Watch this.
Sure.
But the other Muslims in the chat, they were getting on Muslim cousin and takfiring him for saying that he's siding with the Christians for condemning the Muslims for doing that. So my point is that I know that you and people like Omar and stuff you guys will condemn something like that. People like Muslim cousin, he'll condemn it.
Okay.
Then, but there's also the other side of Muslims that celebrate.
I'm not asking about the Muslims right now.
No, I know.
I'm asking about you.
No, but what you do?
Because David, hold on.
Let me finish.
But David,
Maj, you gotta let me finish.
But you're going to Muslims, but I'm asking about
No, but
Christians.
notice
Avery.
you gotta listen to why I did this.
What?
Because you went
irrelevant.
No, it is.
I'm asking you about a Christian's
Maz,
actions.
let me tell you why.
Okay, I'll respond to you.
Because you brought up Muslim actions. I didn't. You said Muslims would condemn this. Muslims will do this. Muslims will do that. So let me finish. Muslim cousin did, but Muslims also advocated for it. So let me say this. Maz, you gotta let me finish, bro. So my point is that you can't say we as Muslims would condemn this because you as Muslims wouldn't. Some of you would, some of you would not.
Notice how Avery is always way more logical and rational than we as Muslims would do that. No, some of you would, some of you wouldn't. So say some would, some wouldn't. It's the same with me. It's the same with me eating the Quran. Some Christians would not have a problem. Other Christians would have a problem. I'll tell you what though, guys, when you start going after people's wives and doxing people and doxing their home, then all of a sudden almost no Christians have a problem with it. Because guess what? Christians don't care about your stupid book. We do not care about your stupid book. We tend not to like things like book burnings, and we just tend to not like that sort of thing. We think it's really stupid. But when you say, oh, there's actually a reason for it, like to teach people a lesson that they don't learn from their religion, if their religion doesn't teach them basic manners or basic integrity or anything like that, okay, we have to teach them. And most Christians tend to be on board as soon as they understand what's going on. But you guys seriously have this problem where you think that we're supposed to have your same respect for your stupid book, which calls for you to violently. Your book orders you, when you're able, to violently subjugate us and to silence us so that we can't preach the gospel. Your book says not to be friends with us. Your book says that we are the worst of creatures. And we're not even talking about, beating women into submission and having sex with 5-year-old girls and stuff. We're not even talking about that stuff that your book teaches. We're talking about just on what we are. And you tell us to respect it. The answer is no. We don't have to respect it.
I don't buy your Allah.
Rip up your book and stuff like that. But when you cross some serious lines, which you habitually do, you are habitual line crossers. When you cross those lines, guess what? You don't get to complain anymore. Shut up. I don't care. We don't care.
We don't buy your Allah.
You're not respecting our book, and you're not condemning people who don't respect our book. So what? No one cares, dude. Keep whining, keep crying. You keep crossing lines, I'll keep eating your book. In fact, dude, just by being here right now whining about this, you're crossing some lines in my mind. Judgment will be swift. But we want all the information in because I'm going to be a fair and impartial judge. So we'll wait until see how this plays out.
Some of you celebrate it, some of you be like, nah, that ain't cool, right? So this is the spectrum that we have. Let me finish, because you're asking me why I held the position I had. Okay?
It's a long answer, bro.
I know it is, but it's deep.
Okay, go ahead.
So when somebody says, oh, if you don't want an answer, then shut up and get out my face. You know what I'm saying? So this is the Christian love. Yeah, this is the Christian love.
Did you hear that guy whining? You take it too long. He's like, hey, if you don't want an answer, shut up, get out of my face. Oh, this is Christian love. Yeah, that's Christian love, telling you what you need to hear. Yeah, Jesus was not nice to hypocrites who are whining and spouting nonsense. That is loving, guys. You coward. But Jesus wasn't like you telling me to shut up if I don't actually want to hear.
Sticky situation.
All right. So now, when you ask me why my position is because you got the Muslims. He's responding to Muslims.
Yep.
You talking to me? No, listen. He's responding to Muslims who are posting pictures of my wife, posting pictures of other Christians' wives, posting pictures of his wife. What do you have to jump in for?
I got to jump in because in terms of him being provoked, you can have a position on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say Muslim cousin's a good Muslim?
No.
Muslim cousin's not a good man?
A good man, sure. He's a good man.
Do you
I don't think he's a good
praise
Muslim.
him for what he? do you praise him for what he did when he dropped hijab?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Not as a Muslim, as a man.
Are there bad Christians and good Christians out there? Okay, cool. So would you say that if when David Wood does the actual,
I don't think he's.
as a good Christian, shouldn't you condemn that?
No.
Okay, perfect. So what about
He's
when?
provoked.
Okay, cool. What about when Enes went on his channel, went on his live, and he did it without being provoked? David Wood ripped up the Quran without anyone provoking him just because he felt like. If that's the clip that circulated that they keep whining about, oh yeah, I was provoked.
Why did you eat the Quran without being
I think I don't know, because guys, if you're saying a clip where I ripped up the Quran or something like that, if you're saying that is a lot of clips, man. That's a lot of clips. I think the one they keep going to is where we were live. I think it was on God Logic's channel, might have been IPs or something like that. Anyway, it was on someone else's channel. If that's the one he's talking about, because that's the one they say, well, I wasn't provoked, but the guy was telling me what to do. I wouldn't rip up the Quran for someone telling me what to do. That's in a context. So guys, there's context to this. IP, you remember that Muhammad Hijab fellow? You remember Muhammad Hijab?
I'm not IP.
Okay, AP. It's the same name. Inspiring prophet. Remember that? You remember that Muhammad Hijab guy?
Oh yeah, I do.
You remember when he started going after all
That's
the wives
Deacon.
of all the atheists who criticize all the atheist ex-Muslims?
Yes.
You remember when he started threatening them with rape and torture?
Yes.
Yeah. Wasn't that what started me eating the Quran? And I had never done anything like that before.
Yes.
Okay. Now, after eating the Quran and telling Muhammad Hijab, hey, if you want to escalate in this way, because keep in mind, he had the same stupid reasoning that this dumb moron Malik has, only Malik is like way dumber than Muhammad Hijab, and that's saying something. But he had the same reasoning. Muhammad Hijab was thinking, okay, we threaten them about, insulting Muhammad and saying all these mean things about Muhammad and calling him a pedo and stuff like that. We threaten them and it doesn't work. You know what? We'll go after their wives. Then what are they going to do? We'll go after their wives. They're not going to like that, but what are they going to do? They're already insulting Muhammad, so what are they going to do? Insult Muhammad more? It's not going to change anything. So you know what? Let's go after their wives until they get so uncomfortable that they stop attacking Muhammad. And what he found out was, guys, yeah, we insist on exposing your fake prophet, but that doesn't mean we can't go in other directions with this. That doesn't mean there's not other lines that we can't cross. And so I took a bite out of the Quran, chewed up, Surat al-Fatiha. They didn't like that too much. Whined like a bunch of babies. Went around to all the other Christian apologists. Do you condemn this? Same thing as doing. Do you condemn this? Apart from James White, I can't recall anyone who condemned it after knowing what happened. Right? In other words, there was the short clip where they just showed, look, David's eating the Quran. And those people, oh my goodness, we're shocked. As soon as people found out what that's in response to, these guys are launching a campaign of harassing people's wives with threats of rape and torture. As soon as people found that out, they're like, oh, yeah, you're right on the money there. You had to do that. That's good. You had to do that. And so they're really, really mad about that. And then they got Karanagami and all these other things. But I told Muhammad Hijab, all you have to do is apologize to the women. All you have to do is apologize to the women. And I said, if you don't apologize to the women that you insulted and threatened like this, if you do not apologize to them, I will normalize Quran desecration. I will make it become a normal way of responding to you guys crossing lines. Because keep in mind, no one did it back then. People weren't doing it. People were not doing that. I said I would normalize it unless you have the basic level of humility to apologize to the women that you insulted and threatened. Hijab is a narcissist. He couldn't do it. So guess what, guys? I'm going to keep my word. And so what have I been doing all these years now? I'm slowly but surely normalizing it, like I said I would. You didn't apologize. You refused to apologize. So all this is just to say that when a Muslim, like on a live stream, is saying, "Here's what you're gonna, I order you to do this, you're gonna do this, blah 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 blah," when he does something like that, the threshold has already been lowered significantly because of Muhammad Hijab. In other words, I'm seeing that as an opportunity to normalize the desecration I promised I would do if Muhammad Hijab refuses to apologize to the women he treated so terribly. So that is the context, guys. That is not without provocation. That is massive provocation. And so all of this ripping up the Quran and so on, it's all because of you guys, 100%. Guys, I know in your minds you have such contempt for women. Women are such garbage to you that you have no concept of someone saying you are not crossing the line going after women. You're not doing it. You're not doing it. I will do whatever it takes to make you stop. And I don't care how many Qurans I have to destroy or how much I have to soak your prophet in your. I don't care. I'm going to make you stop. You can stop quickly, or you could wait a couple months, but you're going to stop. You have no concept of that because you're like, well, women are just garbage, so that's not provocation, going after the women. Oh, it is, buddy. And guess what? I care more about any random woman on the planet, including any random Muslim woman on the planet. I care more about any non-Muslim woman on the planet. I care more about than all your stupid books combined. And so if I have to wreck all of your stupid books, every last one on the planet to protect one woman, I'll do it, guys. I'll do it. And if you haven't got the memo now, just keep watching. Just keep watching. So look, you can hear crying so much.
Well, actually, he was insulting.
I have to say one thing, which is, so the question was, the point that this guy here in this strange outfit here made was that there was a time when David Wood was not provoked and he ate the Quran anyway. And the discussion is about whether it is okay to do it when you are not provoked or not. I have to say something very quickly. At the moment, I'm not provoked at all by anything. What are you going to do, man? What are you going to do about it, man? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it, man?
I just have to point out, ladies and gentlemen, AP says he wasn't provoked. That's false, because there are ongoing provocations. So I pointed out one ongoing provocation was hijab couldn't cross serious lines. What did his fans do? Cheered for him. They loved it. They cheered for him. Did his dawah buddies correct him? Did Muslim scholars step in and stop him? No. No one stopped him. Therefore, it fell to who? To me to stop him. To us to stop him. And so don't complain. If you guys don't stop someone from terrible behavior, don't complain when we stop it. Because I always tell you guys, if you don't stop these guys, I'll stop them. But you're not going to like the way I stop them. You're going to cry for years about how I stop them. So you better stop them, or I'll stop them. We'll stop them. That's how it works. But anyway, so that's kind of ongoing provocation. But with someone like AP, it's not just that the Quran calls us the worst of creatures and says we have to be violently subjugated. The Quran says you have to obey Muhammad. He's the pattern of conduct. You have to obey all of his decisions. And he said, we're both dead. We're both dead. We are under death sentences. So as far as I'm concerned, that's it. That's all we need. We can crush your book every day. We can burn it, destroy it, stab it, shoot it, whatever we want for the rest of our lives. Your stupid fake prophet and his stupid fake revelations were provocation enough. So come on board with it.
Why would I have any respect for that stupid Quran book inspired by a rapist, child rapist, murderer, prophet?
Because we love it. We love it. We don't care. We don't care.
Keep loving it.
Yeah, think about this.
Your children.
Yeah, we can't respect its teachings because its teachings are evil and demonic, right? So we're not respecting it for that. So why should we respect it? We're supposed to respect it to get along with you guys? You're evil, lying scumbags. I don't mean all Muslims. I mean you guys, the guys who are whining about it, right? The nice Muslims, the nice friendly Muslims, the good, upstanding citizen Muslims. They need to stop you then. And if they don't stop you from acting like evil, degenerate scumbags, well, then great. Let us introduce ourselves. We are the cherubs of justice, ladies and gentlemen. The cherubs of justice. Let's see what we got here.
But let me answer you.
Yes or no?
Because you muddied the water.
Not really though.
Yes,
Because
you did.
No, but I'm helping you.
Notice
I'm
how
helping you.
you're cutting me off on my answer, bro. You're not allowing me to speak.
Right, you don't want to go one-on-one.
You're not allowing me to
How many
speak.
guys is that? How many guys is that?
Focus.
Okay, if you don't want to engage. So look, but he's jumping in. So if you don't want to engage, we don't want to talk about the Trinity.
Look how happy and smiling Avery is, and how this guy. Look how easily rattled they are, guys. On all this Quran stuff, Because Malik is saying he sent these guys. I don't know if that's true or not. Malik may be bragging, running his mouth, and every time there's some drama, he will claim that he's behind it and impress his 12-year-old TikTok fans. But guys, look at this. You guys are enraged and flipping out. Avery's smiling and happy. Is this going the way you guys want? I'm saying this because get used to this. You're going to lose your mind more and more because I know how to enrage you guys. I know what makes you flip out. You don't know what makes us flip out. You suck at figuring that out. So, yeah, so Avery's smiling and happy. You guys constantly enraged, and this is just guys. We got Quran Demolition Ranch coming up this week. Quran Demolition Ranch. Do you have any clue what we have going on? I just had someone buy me a flamethrower. A freaking flamethrower. Why? Not allowed to use a gun. No one told me anything about flamethrowers. When I was released, you are not allowed to touch a gun.
Flamethrowers are not gun.
They did not say flamethrowers.
Also, even if you're a felon, shall not be infringed is the Second Amendment.
How do you like my Quran?
It's pretty based. It's pretty based. And it is. That's what it is. It's a great manual. In fact, hang on to that, AP, because we're about to find out that's exactly what it is. They're going to say it here. They're going to say it. They're going to say it for you. They're going to make our case for us. Watch this.
But look, Avery,
Let me finish what I'm
but
saying.
in terms of, it's not about him being provoked.
Boss,
Right now,
if you do this, I'm gonna have to talk over you.
we're gonna talk
Let
over
me
each other, bro.
speak.
We're gonna talk over each other, bro.
We're not gonna have this
That's not
conversation.
a successful conversation.
Sorry, dude. He's got the mic. You don't. You're at a disadvantage. I suggest you shut your file.
All right, so
I'm
stop.
telling you,
stop.
David Wood has done it without being provoked.
Oh, I didn't. You gotta show me that.
What do you do?
Because Anas was insulted.
Yeah, guys, if you wanted to show me doing it without being provoked, you'd have to go pre-Muhammad hijab. Pre-Muhammad hijab threatening women. So that's where you'd have to go. Show me that. Show me.
No.
Anas was insulted.
Okay, so you're
guess-
saying that it's
so
okay
he
to
was
rebut it,
provoked.
hold on, even if a Christian.
When I notice how you're talking over me again.
No, because I don't.
Notice
Go
what
ahead, go ahead.
So if it goes unprovoked, I condemn that.
Okay.
If he's provoked, hey, Kalas. It's free game right now.
Okay, so why do you think that
there's some brother. He did it unprovoked.
No, he did it after you guys did it.
So here it is. He came on the platform,
Yeah.
unprovoked, and ripped the Bible. Now guess what?
Because of what David Wood did.
And David Wood did because of what Malik and the others are doing.
So he's the one that
So
started the
notice.
trend.
So no, what he
started the
who
trend.
started it?
David Wood started the trend.
No. See this
Muslims didn't eat the Bible like that.
and this is the problem with Muslims.
Yeah, this is the problem with
They won't go to their origin.
They never wanna
They'll
condemn
look at the
their own
Muslim
people.
reaction,
They'll attack
but
the
they
Muslim
won't go
and
with the
just to
Muslim.
justify their
So I don't
actions.
want to hear the
So
crying,
he
bro.
comes around us.
I don't want to hear the crying.
When he's in San Diego,
I don't wanna hear the crying.
when David Wood does an
I don't wanna
action
hear the
like
crying.
that, we don't want to.
We should take a bunch of Qurans and go to hey AP. We should go to a park as Dawa guys set up a Dawa booth.
Show me one Bible that says, or one Bible verse that says that you can't fucking burn a Quran. Oh, there isn't one.
Dude, we gotta do that.
Where there is a Quran verse that says that you can't destroy the Bible, or says that you need to respect it, because it's literally what you guys need to fucking uphold by, or you're told to frickin' that we need to judge by, and you're told it still has meaning and that it's the word of God, so sucks to suck.
Hey, he just called me a pedo, guys. He just called me a pedo. Now what's that based on? Me saying that when I was 18 years old, I had intercourse. I was out on bond with two underage girls, and that's enough for him to call me a pedo. Why is this relevant? Well, we'll find out very soon. He says, I openly admitted to being a pedo. I don't recall saying that. I do recall saying that when I was 18 years old, out on bond after attacking my father with a hammer, I had intercourse with two teenage underage girls. He's calling that an admission of being a pedo. More on this in a moment.
He eats the Bible. They don't want to condemn it. What? Yeah. Okay, cool. Jesus submitted to Allah.
So I'm done with that. I'm done with all this.
Jesus submitted to Allah.
So now let's get. No, you're not. You're not.
I'm gonna do it too.
No, you're in your emotions, man.
You know my personality. Me and you are
Yes,
cool.
you're emotional.
Easy, easy to see how discombobulated these guys get. Easy to frustrate them. Easy to upset them. Why you guys cross lines then? Why wouldn't you be going to the ones who provoke and tell them to stop crossing lines and to stop provoking? You're never going to stop me from reacting. You actually have to saw off my head to make me stop reacting. and you won't do it. You guys literally have my address, but you're cowards, man. You're cowards. You share my address, but you don't show up. Why is that? Maybe because you know you'll just lose if you face a real man here.
But you gotta answer, bro. You gotta be.
And I did answer.
Okay,
and
I'm telling you, if Henny did that, provoked or not provoked, Islamically prohibited. You're telling me as okay, I'm talking to him, bro. You're telling me as a Christian, provoked or not provoked, it's okay if he's provoked.
Notice
even if he's not provoked, I'm gonna make an excuse.
So notice what you
got insulted.
So Miles,
I'm gonna call
so notice how I just heard you out. Notice did I just hear you?
You cut me off right
No,
now.
I just let you talk, bro. I let you get it off.
You're trying to spoke before I finish, though. But go ahead.
Okay. So you just misrepresented what I said. I did not say.
What did I just say?
You said that
It's prohibited.
self-control, logos,
Then it's not.
logos. Everybody say it with me.
In no case.
Logos.
What's the Shakbir?
Logos.
Shakbir! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Trust me, we Muslims should be louder. I promise you, Akhi. I promise you. Allah barak fik. Yeah, Akhi. The whole issue.
So if the Muslim provokes the Christian by putting up people's wives, hold on, don't answer. By putting up people's wives, by putting pictures of people's wives, by putting pictures of people's wives. Do you disagree with the wives? Do you
David would rape the minor.
You hear this? He said David Wood raped a minor. He admitted to being a pedo. AP, you were in that live stream. I say anything about grape? Nope. I say anything about being a pedo? Nope. So, sex with a teenager, with an 18-year-old has sex with a teenager. He says that is an admission of grape and being a pedo. This is good to know, everyone. This is very, very good to know. Let's see.
He raped her.
Do you disagree?
He said, I raped her.
It's past the statutory limit. He said it's past the statute of limitation.
Oh no, they did this before.
I did not say it's past the statute of limitations, let alone the statutory of he doesn't even know the word.
Me before. This is after. Yeah, but to me it was before.
Just to be clear, guys, there is no statute of limitations in the state of Virginia on. They don't even. It's in Virginia. It's not grape at all. It's not even statutory. It's a different category. In Virginia, grape has to be forcible. It's not. It's in a different category if it's not forcible. I didn't do anything forcible, so it would be called carnal knowledge of a teenage girl or something like that. They call it carnal knowledge. So that's what the crime would actually be. There's no statute of limitations on it, so I could be prosecuted. There's just no way to do that because how do you find a girl from 30 plus years ago? How do you do that? Hey, there was this girl. She had brown hair. Okay. Police are not gonna do that. And then you have Malik, who gets one of his TikTok buddies to pretend to be the girl, and they tried using a voice changer and it didn't work. And then everyone thinks they're a bunch of idiots. But I'm just taking what they say. Sex with a teenage girl, if you're 18, would be grape and pedophilia. Good to know. Good to know. Keep that in mind.
To me it was before.
Look, David Wood.
So,
David Wood.
yeah.
Hold on. David Wood is a pedophile. You guys
Take it, Mike.
So anybody sleeping
Let's
with Wood is a pedophile.
What is that?
Hear the guy with the mask. Hear the guy with the mask. He's yelling, "David, what is a pedo?" Oh, so these three guys on camera are apparently in full agreement about what a rapist and a pedo is. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
David Wood is a pedophile.
Somebody.
He's a fucking
Oh, someone said Muhammad is a pedo. I agree with you.
Brother, step to the side.
How many guys agree with you? This guy don't want to talk about the Trinity.
Hey, see this guy who's blocking the camera here? Hang on, take a screenshot. I don't want to look him up. I think that's the guy. Okay, so he's got a white collar and so on. That might be the guy who was pressing up on Christina, and eventually God Logic made him stop. Oh, and there's someone putting a hand in front of him.
This guy's loud. We totally agree with you. This guy's loud. Muhammad is a pedophile.
You catch that? We totally agree with you. Muhammad is a pedophile. Guys, there's also an important distinction here. There's like a colloquial use of people who are interested in younger girls and so on. The actual definition is someone who's attracted to prepubescent girls. That's what that's what the actual definition is.
Yep.
Muhammad had sex with a prepubescent girl. So Muhammad would actually fit the definition. But all we insist upon is, hey, whatever age you want to set it at, if you want to call it, fine, as long as you're consistent and you also say it about Muhammad. That's my rule. Call me whatever you want, anything, and as long as you as a Muslim are willing to apply the same standard to Muhammad, because he was way early, he did it with a way younger girl, I'll grant it. I'll go ahead and grant the usage of the term. But we have to agree on terms. We have to come to common terms. I made an entire video about that. What's up?
So we can say that to the Muslims, if David is a pedophile and a rapist, then necessarily Muhammad is also a pedophile and a rapist.
Yeah, and a much worse one, because it was one for two reasons. One, it was with a significantly younger girl, and two, she was prepubescent, and I mean, I'm not anyone's pattern of conduct. I was an 18-year-old atheist out on bond after attacking my dad with a hammer. I'm no one's pattern of conduct. I'm no one's idea of like a good person back then. Muhammad is the one with Allah's stamp of approval as the person that everyone should imitate. So you should kind of have a way higher standard for him, right, everyone? Since that's the guy everyone's supposed to imitate. Who wants to imitate 18-year-old B. Wood? I wouldn't tell anyone to imitate 18-year-old B. Wood. The Quran says people should imitate Muhammad. And so if he's doing this with a prepubescent 9-year-old girl,
I actually want to make a challenge here. Since we're on the topic, I want to issue a challenge here to all Muslims, to all Muslim apologists who are so adamant on this whole thing. And people have been coming to me and like, well, what about your friend David Wood? So I want to challenge all the Muslims here to a debate.
Let's do it.
Debate. The debate topic is the following: who is a better moral example, David Wood or Muhammad? I challenge all Muslims.
It challenges you. Hey, does that include these guys here? Can these guys here join us live and have this debate?
Yeah, probably.
Hey guys, I will even give you guys a heads up right now. I'll even give you a heads up on what our case might include. So I might start going through passages, right, like this. So look at this. This is Sahih al-Bukhari. Notice the chapter heading: giving one's young children in marriage is permissible. Why? By virtue of the statement of Allah, and for those who have no monthly courses, i.e. they are still immature, Surah 65 verse 4, which is a verse of the Quran that allows men to marry, have sex with, and divorce girls all before they've ever reached puberty, which is the actual definition of being a pedo. And the iddah, that's the waiting period, that's a waiting period if you divorce a girl before the next guy can marry her. There's a waiting period. The iddah for the girl before puberty is 3 months in the above verse. What's that mean? It means that if a man marries, has sex with, and divorces a girl before puberty, then she has to wait 3 months before the next guy can take this prepubescent girl, marry her, have sex with, and divorce her. Okay? Why? Well, you got the example here. Narrated Aisha that the Prophet wrote the marriage contract with her when she was 6 years old, and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old, and then she remained with him for 9 years, i.e. till his death. So those are some of the passages. We have tons of them. All these guys at the park. But Aisha, according to your sources, was prepubescent. Surah 65:4 allows you to have sex with prepubescent girls. Why is this relevant? Well, if you think having sex with a teenager is pedophilia and rape, you just called your prophet a rapist and a pedo. You just did. And guess what? We're never letting you take it back. According to these guys, the one in the mask, the guy in the hoodie there, and their other buddy, they're following a prophet who was a rapist and a pedo. They admit it. It's very powerful.
Muslims will understand.
Yes, this is very powerful.
Arabic speakers will get it.
This is very powerful.
All right. So we got emotional. Boss, chill, bro. Chill. But you're gonna let him talk like that about you gonna talk about a Christian?
Did you hear what he just said? He's like, you're gonna let him talk about Muhammad like that for what? Calling Muhammad a pedo? You called him a pedo. You gave a definition that makes, by definition, your prophet a pedo. And then you complain when someone says, oh, well, then your prophet's a pedo. Oh, you're going to let him talk about my prophet? It's the same thing with their book. Yeah, we're going to subjugate you. We're going to subjugate you. We're going to conquer the world with our book. And we say, okay, your book's garbage. Oh, my goodness, you're not respecting our book. You don't call the shots here, dude. What planet do you guys live on? You guys have this mentality where it's actually built into your thinking that you are the best of creatures and you're supposed to have all of us under control. We're supposed to be your dimmies. And when you find out you ain't controlling nothing here, guys, then you lose your minds. Well, we still have to introduce you to the concept of reality, guys. And I'm about to pronounce judgment for all of this.
Talk about David. Look how sensitive. You're a hypocrite, bro. Stop being a hypocrite. And Muhammad said that he slept with Aisha when she was 9. Bro, so if he's bringing that up, you can't hide that. David would confess to raping a minor. He confessed on video. Why you...
I never said any such thing. I said I had sex with. If you're defining that as grape, you can. There are people who do. You say anything. Well, if it's underage girl, she's not capable of consent. If you grant that principle, a girl under whatever age you want to say, pick an age. You want to say 18, 16, 14, whatever you want to say. If you say a girl cannot possibly consent and therefore any sexual activity with her is by definition grape, okay, Aisha was 9. So she meets that requirement. You repeatedly, everything you're saying condemns your fake prophet as a pedo and a rapist. So that's what your prophet is. You demand, and then he throws a tantrum when someone points it out. Sucks to be you, dude.
But yeah, guys, that being said, probably going to end this stream real quick. It's been another little 3-hour stream. So I do hope you all enjoyed. Hope you're all having a great day. If you guys did enjoy, then hey, a like and or subscription would be amazing. We've been doing this type of content for about 10 years now. And theoretically, if I'm putting in about 12 hours a day, making videos, editing videos, and or live streaming, then yeah, I'd probably put in at least 40,000 hours into doing YouTube in the past 10 years. And don't really have much to show for it other than 1,000 subscribers. But yeah, again, if you did enjoy, a like and or subscription would be amazing. And I will catch you all later. And peace out, everyone. See ya.